To understand propaganda, it is essential to first understand totalitarian regimes. A totalitarian regime is a form of government that seeks to control the population and treat it like a sort of tool, most likely a weapon used to achieve a goal. This level of control is reached through the use of propaganda. Propaganda is basically misinformation that is spread in order to make a group of people believe certain things. Through twisting and manipulating information, people are led into doing different things without being aware of the truth. Information is power. A good example in today's world is the Russian perspective on the war in Ukraine. By means of telling the Russian population that the regime in Ukraine is corrupt, fascist, and oppressive against ethnic Russians in Donetsk and Luhansk, Putin attempts to convince the Russian population that the war is just. However, people are smarter than 80 years ago, and people aren't led astray easily. Putin has turned the whole world into an enemy, a mistake which proved fatal to a certain someone a long time ago.
Romania's sudden change in regime led to confusion and instability. The nation had to rebuild itself after more than a half a century of tight political control. A lot of communism survivors remember wondering what they could do with so much freedom. From remembering they had a secure job and a house to admiring Ceausescu's aim to erase foreign debt, many Romanians over the age of 50 say they felt safer under dictatorship. These views are passed on to their children. Without knowing the entire truth about dictatorship, they then come to believe it was a better system. This is the main consequence of communist propaganda, which still has strong effects on many Romanians. The idealization is so widespread because the regime was based on a class cult meant to eradicate wealth differences. Propaganda's effects are still looming over people struggling to strengthen their democracy. Without revealing the evils of the regime to a youth who never experienced them, Romanians cannot embrace the true freedom.
In Romania, propaganda is no longer as existing in everyday life as it was in the communist period. However, a propaganda made during the electoral elections is still visible when each party promotes its image in various ways. For example, televisions host shows with political opponents, and some of them choose to further promote the image of one of the parties. Politicians also promote their image by distributing posters and food in towns and villages where the elections are to take place.